welcome to another show on Nebo TV. It's me again, Agbaje Onome, on the channel, and today's news is going to be based on insecurity in Nigeria. Something happened recently, like 2 months ago. The former president Olusegun Obasanjo dialogued with one of the most controversial clerics that has been supporting banditry and militants in Nigeria. Precisely, Sheikh Gumi, the popular controversial cleric, has been supporting the activities of bandits in Nigeria, requesting that the federal government dialogue with them in order for insecurity problems to be solved. So, the dialogue that took place between the former president Olusegun Obasanjo and Sheikh Gumi, the controversial Muslim cleric, has caused lots of uproar on social media. Why did the former president decide to dialogue with Sheikh Gumi, a supporter of bandits and militants in Nigeria? However, we are going to go into details, the outcome of the meeting between them. It was said that as part of his continued efforts to find solutions for the general insecurity in the country, and particularly for the menace of banditry, kidnapping and ransom payment, Sheikh Gumi, with a delegation of 8, visited Chief Olusegun Obasanjo in Abeokuta, Ogun State on April 4, 2021. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo received Sheikh Gumi and his delegation in the presence of Oba Babajide Bakare, Agura of Gbagura, Abeokuta, Bishop Tunde Akinsanya, Chairman of Ogun State Christian Association of Nigeria, Sheikh Sadala Alade Bamigbola, Chief Imam of Egbaland, Chief Kenny Martins, Chief Ola Babajide Jayoba, Reverend Tony Ojeshina, Chief Imam of Oke Ona, Bagura, Owu, and Mr. Vitalis Orishe. After exchange of pleasantries, Sheikh Gumi briefed the former president Obasanjo with other hosts on the measures and steps he had taken and spearheaded to stem the tide of insecurity and menace of banditry, kidnapping for ransom in the country. Questions and discussions ensued to clarify some statements credited to Sheikh Gumi on his well-intended mission in the past. After clarification of points by Sheikh Gumi, discussion centered on causes, remote and immediate, effect and implications, actions and reactions by communities, local authorities, state governments, national government, and governments of our neighboring countries and countries within West Africa. After deep, frank and intimate discussions, the following points were arrived at and decided upon for appropriate actions as recommended. Chief Obasanjo commended Sheikh Gumi for his initiative and encouraged him not to relent in his efforts. Sheikh Gumi thanked the former president Olusegun Obasanjo for his past services, emphasizing the special unifying efforts and attributes to the nation and for the warm welcome accorded his delegation. The menace of banditry, kidnapping, other crimes and atrocities leading to general insecurity in a nation phenomenon. They acknowledged that people from different parts of the country and outside the country are involved, although some people are more predominantly involved than others. They also agreed that they must not advertently or inadvertently, in words, action, or inaction, encourage or support criminality. They further acknowledged that the security situation has gone beyond tolerance, hence Sheikh Gumi's coming to Abeokuta to confer with the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. They identified the crisis as micro-ethnic conflict between the Fulani and many host communities, mainly in the northwest. They also identified the remote causes as educational and economic disparities and the negative use of religion and ethnicity by unscrupulous politicians. They said the solutions must be seen and provided on short, medium and long-term basis and must be composed of stick and carrot for the offender and the vulnerable. They said all meaning Nigerians have to be involved in finding solutions by desisting from blame game, desisting from ethnicizing these crimes, desisting from religionizing these crimes, desisting from regionalizing these crimes, respecting one another individually, community-wise, locally, ethnically, religiously, and socially, showing tolerance and accommodation where necessary, condemning criminal acts no matter where it is committed and by whom it is committed in Nigeria, encouraging more of character solution as may be found necessary, and also sharing information at all levels. They further said well-meaning Nigerians should not accept criminality as a way of life for any individual or group in the nation. According to their decision, since the end of the Civil War, the military are the strongest and most potent instrument and symbol of national unity that we have, and we must keep them so. They said state governments must have adequate means of providing security for their people, and as chief executives and chief security officers of the states, they must have the means at their disposal to ensure security for all within their states. Federal government must be proactive, secure necessary and update intelligence to deal with organized crimes and have common policy for the nation. They further said it is not solving the problem when one state goes for negotiation and mollycoddling of criminals and another goes for shooting them. Nor should one state go for ransom payment and another go against. Now, does this mean that all states should agree to dialoguing rather than shooting, or all states should agree to shooting the criminals rather than dialoguing? Well, looking at it from this perspective, since Sheikh Gumi is actually involved in this decision, could it actually go to the direction of dialoguing, that all states should buy the idea of dialoguing? What's your take? Moving on, they further said education is one main key to solve the problem in the long run, but it must start now. And the 14 million children that should be in school and are out of school must be put in school with local authorities, state governments, and federal government working together. Now, what's the assurance that these children will be secured once they get back to school, looking at the experience they've had before, and noting that no proper security measure has been put in place to secure these children? And for the local authorities, state government, and federal government to work together. Does this mean that they will all agree with Sheikh Gumi on dialoguing with bandits, as Sheikh Gumi and the former president Olusegun Obasanjo are the ones coming together to make this agreement? What's your take? Drop a comment in the comment section. Both parties further agreed to wean those who are ready to be weaned out of the bushes in crime, settle and rehabilitate them, give them skills, empower them, and let them have employment. They also agreed that the hardened criminals must be hard hit with stick, and unlawful carrying of arms should be very and seriously punished. They also said the federal government should take the issue up seriously with ECOWAS as to work for a regional solution. Every community must be encouraged and empowered to stand firm and strong against criminals. There should be protection and reward covertly for whistleblowers against criminals living in the community. Special courts should be created to deal promptly with cases of banditry, kidnapping, ransom demanding, and unlawful carrying of weapons. And so they created a slogan for this decision and way to tackle insecurity in Nigeria. The slogan is, "Security is the responsibility of all Nigerians." The ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo and Sheikh Gumi agreed to continue to work together for solutions for the security of Nigeria and to seek others to join them as they widely circulate their joint statement. To this end, Sheikh Gumi has extended an invitation to former President Olusegun Obasanjo to visit Kaduna with a view to continuing the discourse started that day, and the ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo graciously accepted. They concluded that to keep Nigeria safe and secure for all Nigerians and others living in Nigeria is a task that all well-meaning Nigerians must engage in, separately and collectively. Both of them resolved that they would not relent in their efforts. The delegations on both sides acceded to this statement. They also agreed to meet again in due course to re-examine the progress and situation of security in Nigeria. Wow, this is a striking one. And like I said before, it has been causing lots of uproar on social media because a question was raised looking at Sheikh Gumi, who has been a supporter of these bandits, defending them in their various actions, and the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, coming together in a joint statement. Sheikh Gumi is one of the most controversial Muslim clerics in Nigeria because of his defense for bandits. Gumi was first brought into light of criticisms when he was first reported that he went into dialogue with bandits in the bush, and ever since he has not ceased to defending them. His idea of dialoguing with bandits has never for once changed. So for an ex-president to be collaborating with such a person, don't we think is questionable? But on the other hand, do we think it might be right for the federal government to pay some attention to what Sheikh Gumi is saying? Looking at their login and all claims to have known about them, do we think his idea will go a long way to reducing the high rate of insecurity in Nigeria? Another question that came up is, how come does Sheikh Gumi know these bandits so well to know how they feel, what they feel, and how they think? Could it be that he has had first-hand experience with these bandits before? Or could it be that because he's from the northern part of Nigeria, he knows what they suffer over there and why most of these northern persons would go into banditry or kidnapping for ransom? What's your take? Drop your comment in the comment section below. Okay, thanks for tuning in on Nebo TV once again. We've come to the end of this amazing show. If you love this video, please click the like button below. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly click the subscription button and notification bell to always get updates from Nebo TV. And yes, follow us on our various social media handles, our Instagram and Facebook page at Nebo TV. Alright, my name remains Agbaje Onome and I remain your loyal presenter. I'm definitely going to see you next time, so don't go off, stay safe. God bless you and God bless Nigeria.